Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk, and I'm guessing our Moon Bunny has moved out. Yeah, we have room for her letter. Yep. Dear Steven, today is finally the day I leave Halifax forever. Thanks for being such a great BFF. Take care. She was really set on leaving, so... And I know a lot of the times our animals mostly are moving out because I'm not engaging with them enough, and I feel bad, but I just don't have time for letters every day. Plus, at this point, I've kind of hit the point where the series will be wrapping up soon. I do want to see more villagers and get to know them, from their, basically get to know the basics of them, and then whenever the new Animal Crossing comes out on the Switch, you never know, we might see some familiar faces, because we've seen so many different villagers. I just really hope, and it's something they did for New Leaf, that with the new Animal Crossing, they will have amiibo support. I don't like amiibos, but the fact I have some of them makes me want things to have amiibo support, because I may as well get my money's worth out of these hunks of plastic. Most of the ones I have are actually amiibo cards, which I'm not even sure are official things, but you know what? I don't care. They were cheap, and they were all of the Splatoon ones up until basically the first set of Splatoon 2 things. And now I kind of want the Octoling triple set, because I want those outfits. And it's like, Wow, 2 pillbugs right in a row. Feels so weird not having Carmen's house there. But we'll get used to it. And hey, we'll probably have a new animal move in within the next day or so. Should be really nice. But yeah, what I was getting at was why I kind of want amiibo support is, I'm willing to bet, if they do it, that the Octoling amiibos will give octopi villagers. And that would be cool. Because currently, as far as City Folk is concerned, I think there is only 2 octopus. Same within Wild World, and in Wild World I lucked into having one of them move in. He was kind of grumpy. He was called Octaven, I believe. Or Octaven? Something like it was close to Octavio, anyway. And he had a similar color scheme, which has me thinking that the Splatoon developers looked at that villager and... Did I just say the Splatoon villagers? The Splatoon developers looked at that villager and went, yeah, let's base our bad guy off of this grumpy boy. I mean, why not, honestly? I keep forgetting the shovel isn't my first slot. It's currently the watering can. And yeah, yesterday now, well, no, 2 days ago, I'll get this right. Nintendo released a new update for Splatoon 2. And good lord, these new weapons are, some of them are ridiculous, and some of them are pretty bad, but there is 8 of them. I was not expecting there to be 8 new weapons. I don't think anybody was, really. Like, we knew that they were going to be releasing more Kensa variants, but I didn't have any idea that they were going to be also releasing just more variant kits in general. One of which I believe it is a Kensa. Yeah, it's the Kensa mini Splatling. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because it's a mini Splatling with a disruptor, which is nice. But the special is so awkward. It's the Mega Stamp or something like that. The just giant stamp that you can swing or throw. Which, isn't the worst, but at the same time, it's like, It's so awkward. And I have not used it enough. I know that's the issue. Like, if I'd use it more, I'd probably get better with it, and yada yada yada. But I prefer my simpler specials, like splashdowns. Especially on, like, a mini Splatling. It would have been really cool if they had given it Booyah Bomb. Like, that would have been amazing. Probably too good. But it would have been amazing. I legit really love the mini Splatling. Though I don't think it'll ever be able to replace the heavy in my love of Splatlings. I'm just bouncing around to all the topics today. But I will note, after we finish our loop, which is basically just going to involve now moving up to the museum to get this fossil identified, we're actually going to head into the city. Because I want to see about getting a painting. Because, I mean, I've been needing to do that for a while. I'm just going to get the fossil identified first, so I can see if it's new. Because the painting probably will not be new. So... donation! Fossil. Please identify it. Sneeze. Seismo hip. We already have that. I've been sneezing a lot lately. I honestly hope I'm not getting sick again. Because that's usually a sign I'm getting sick, is if I start sneezing. But then again, also, my sister did, within, like, the past month, pick up, like, an air freshener thing. And it could just be, I'm sneezing because of it. I don't know. But we're gonna take the bus into the city, so... just have Captain show up here. I don't know what those hatches are on the top of the bus. I've literally never known what those are actually for. But see ya in the city. And we're in the city! Oh, and Phineas is here giving out toys. But we already have all of the toys he can give out, so... we'll leave the toys there for other people. No need to be greedy. Actually, no, yeah, Reds should definitely be open. Before we step in there. Making absolute sure he can't give us the invite card. Hey, Red. Yeah, this looks new, I hope. Jolly painting. Yeah, it's #1 cousin, give it to me. It's probably a scam, but give it to me. See, that's how he should be. Just, thanks for coming, every time. But no, if you have an empty inventory space, it's, hey, have an invite card. I don't want, but have an invite card. Red, please, get more people into my shady business. Red, please, stop. You're scaring me. I don't care. What more business? It's like, Red, please, stop. You're going to scare all of the childrens. And he's like, oh, I apologize for that. I'll be more sensitive in the future. But seriously, bring more people to my black market. And I'm like, no. He's like, we'll take the card anyway. See you in town. It literally occurred to me on the ride back that I could have kept that joke going. But I honestly don't think I would have wanted to keep that joke going, because I don't know if that joke would have actually been funny or not. It will depend on what you guys think. Because, you know, that's kind of how jokes work. Now, let us see. Have we already donated a Jolly painting? And I just think this is a new painting. treat. This is the Jolly painting. It's not the original. Blathers! You do realize that it's incredibly unlikely that we would get the original of everything. It looks right. Just take it. Blathers. Please. Stuck up owl. I don't feel bad about waking you up anymore. At least for the rest of today. I still legit do not get that with, like, city folk. Because it's like, oh, it's not the original painting. Well, I know one of the paintings is basically the Mona Lisa. You really expect us to get the original? Like, really? You know, just out of curiosity. Yeah, I should have bought turnips. Could have made bank. But I've been burnt by turnips too much. 3 times is too much. I think it's been 3 times. I also forgot to check the second floor nooks. I'll go do that after I check the Able Sisters. I'm not sure it looks red. I hope it is red. It's pink. Oh. Oh. Well, it looked red. I'm so bad at colors. I mean, I can't really be blamed, but still. Well, let's go check the second floor nooks. I just saw something I've actually been kind of wanting to talk about. And it's basically about how I'm more or less just disappointed in Pokemon Platinum. Like, I never noticed it. It's a cabin thing. I thought it might be festive. But, like, I never noticed when I was first playing through it. But there are so many things in at least the early game of Platinum, like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, that require internet. Like, some of the most common early game Pokemon are Machop, Geodude, Abra. All 3 of them are trade evolutions. It was the first game in the series, I believe, like the first games anyway in the series to have the global trade. Oh, hey, another fossil. Like the GTS. So it kind of makes sense, but for those who might not know, Nintendo Wi-Fi for like the DS and the Wii and such doesn't work anymore. Meaning you literally can't do that. Not unless you have, like, you can't use them unless you have 2 copies of the game. And that also means anyone that wants to do a series on, say, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, basically can't get Spirit Tomb either. Because to get Spirit Tomb, you need the Odd Keystone, you need to shove it in the well, and you need to interact with another person in the underground 45 times, I think it is. And that is the only game in the series where you can acquire Spirit Tomb during your playthrough. Because, like, I'll be honest, I was actually kind of planning on doing... Whoop, no, I don't have anything else to donate, Blathers. It's the same fossil again. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Like, I was legit thinking of trying to do a Pokemon Platinum series, because the game, I remember it being really good. And I remember liking a lot of the new Pokemon. It never occurred to me back then that almost half of the final evolutions of new Pokemon are final evolutions to old Pokemon. Like, it's about 25 to, like, 31, I think. Like, 31 actual new full evolutions. I'm not counting legendaries. And, like, 20... whatever the 20 number I just said. 25. Something like that. Of evolutions to old Pokemon. And it goes up to like 29 if you add in pre-evolutions as well. Like, it seems like Gen 4 was meant as a nostalgia generation. Like, the kind of thing to make older players go, yeah, I remember those, and come play. Which works. And with the GTS, it made, you know, it basically turned that playground trading into a worldwide thing. Which is cool, but I just really wish they would have put something in place to preserve the internet on, like, the Pokemon games. Especially because, like, back in the day, as a kid, I honestly... Is that another fossil? That is. Looks like we're going back to the museum. See, this is why I tend to do 2 trips around the town. As a kid, I legitimately never did anything with, like, say, the Dream Yard or actual trading online because I was honestly too just shy to. I was that shy of a kid, I wouldn't even do online things. Even to this day, I tend to gravitate away from multiplayer games. Which is once again kind of weird to me why I like Splatoon. It's equally weird to me why I like Team Fortress 2. But at least that has a PvE mode. Even though in it I feel even more shy and awkward because at this point everyone knows exactly what to do and I really don't. And it's like, I'm just a humble medic. But like, I was working through like what my team would be for Platinum, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind using a Spiritomb. Oh wait, I can't. Because my only way I would have to play it would be to run it via an emulated copy. I mean, I have the game. I have a DS. But there is no video output on a DS. Which sucks. I don't know why Nintendo did that. I don't know why Sony did that with the majority of the versions of the PSP. Like, the regular PSP, you need like a PSP 2000, I think it is, to actually have a video output on the system. Otherwise, you would have to install a video output yourself. Or have someone do it for you. Which is basically what you have to do with Nintendo handhelds. Like, if there's any game for, like, the Switch that requires it to be out of the dock to, play, you'll probably almost, at least for a good long time, you won't see videos on it. Because there is no video output on the Switch itself that at least people can connect to, I don't think. If there is, and I'm wrong about that, that'd be amazing. But I think it connects to the dock via a USB. And while that might work, I don't think there'd be a way of attaching it to an Elgato that way. Because Elgato only has HDMI ins and the composite in. It doesn't have a USB in. And that's how a lot of people record, is with Elgatos. Because they just work. For a while, people used Blackmagics, which still exists. It's just they're really, really expensive, and Elgato isn't, and does the same job. But yeah, I really want to like Pokemon Platinum, but there's so many things about it I just don't like. And honestly, the biggest one is just how trade and online reliant a lot of the game is. I'm honestly really hoping the next main series Pokemon game lets you have a Spiritomb throughout the main storyline, or at the very least pulls a Black and White and gives you a full new set of like 150 to 160 Pokemon that are completely separated from the rest of the Pokemon. Because I just like games like that. I don't like having the old staples around, because then I'm likely gonna use them, even if I don't mean to. I'm gonna fall into using them. Like, if a game gives me the opportunity to use, like, a Staraptor, I'm using it. No question, I'm using that. Gives me the option to use a Squirtle. I'm using that. Let's think. Stoutland. I'll use it. Mudkip. I'll use it. Like, there's so many old staples that if given the choice, I will use them over a new Pokemon. And that gets frustrating because, like, with Sun and Moon, I made it my mission to use only new Pokemon. No Alolan forms, only new Pokemon with the original Sun and Moon. I don't know if any of you have looked at the Sun and Moon decks, but if you exclude Ultra Beasts and the version exclusive Pokemon, you've got maybe 20 options, like 4 of which are actually good. Because they're heavily reliant on you picking up your old staples again. They don't want you particularly building a team of nothing but new Pokemon. And the main reason why a lot of the Sun and Moon Pokemon are particularly not great is because they're all so slow. Very few of them have a speed stat higher than 40. Even less of them have a stat higher than 50. And speed is important in Pokemon, unless it's a wall Pokemon, like a Pokemon meant to be bulky and wall things. But a lot of the Pokemon from Sun and Moon aren't, like Lurantis. It's a sweeper without the speed. I like Lurantis. I like its design. I like its move pool. I hate its speed stat. Like, they also had such a cool idea with their generic Rattata. I know I'm just kind of sitting around talking to you guys. But they had such a cool idea with their generic Rattata with Yungoos. And its ability that basically punishes your opponent for switching. But that ability is useless in single player because they haven't ever really brought back opponents that will NPCs that will actually switch their Pokemon. Like, that was a cool feature, but they got rid of it. It's like, I also just really hope with any new Pokemon game that they finally bring back the Pokemon World Tournament. Think of it like the Battle Tree, but it's a full-out tournament between you and every gym leader and champion of the past games. That's Black and White 2's World Tournament. It is fun. It is also terrifying at times. But I mean, if they brought that stuff back in one of the more modern games where it's easier to EV train your Pokemon, I would love that. Because that's like the one problem I have with the older, like, Black and White 2 and actually even X and Y and previous games, is it's so much more work to EV train. Now, me as a left-handed person, I wasn't all that great at EV training in ORAS, but I could still do it. It just took me a while, and I couldn't usually do the harder courses because I'm left-handed. You literally needed to have your hand on the touchscreen and be able to do this at the same time. I can do it with the Wii because I don't need to be precise. If I had to be precise like this, I couldn't do it because this is in my right hand. I can't do precision like this. I can flail around and be a noob, but I can't do precision, which is why I couldn't do the harder EV training courses. But yeah, I'm gonna stop just ranting now, because this has been like 25-ish minutes. So with that, I'd like to remind everyone I do have a Patreon, should you wish to throw money at my face. If you don't want to recant, that's perfectly fine. There is a link down below if you want to check it out. That said, I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.